Morning, chilladies. My name is Jacksepticeye, and welcome back to Would You Rather. It's been ages since I did one of these videos. I missed this. I really like this series, and I really like the conundrums that it posits to us, and then seeing everybody in the comments be like, hey, how could you pick that one? Having ice cream is so much better than having cake. We really get to the nitty-gritty answers of humanity whenever we play this one. But the first question is, would you rather have the voice of Pee Wee Herman and dress perfectly, as Pee Wee Herman does? Have you ever seen his suit? Or have the voice of Morgan Freeman and dress terribly? I pretty much know which one I'm going for. The fucking voice of Morgan Freeman, of course. Who doesn't want to sound like Morgan Freeman? Dressing nicely is whatever. Who cares? Who cares how you dress? If I sound like Pee Wee Herman, I'd be like, hey guys! Every now and then. So I don't want to sound like that. I want to sound like Morgan Freeman. Because Morgan Freeman. That's a fucking terrible Morgan Freeman voice impression. Whatever, I don't have a deep voice like Morgan Freeman, so yes, please. Could you imagine what my Let's Plays would sound like then if I sounded like Morgan Freeman? Top of the morning to you laddies. It'd be fucking amazing. I really want to hear Morgan Freeman do that. Would you rather cure cancer or make first contact with an alien race? Oh no! Ooh, this is a good one. It would be really freaking cool to make contact with an alien race, but curing cancer is also a very big high priority. Okay, I'm gonna try and logic this out. Follow with me. Everyone, get out your pencils and your paper. We're gonna do this. Curing cancer is one thing, but let's say we meet aliens. Okay, if we make first contact with an alien race, that either means that we have super high technology or they have super high technology. And if we're able to make contact with them, maybe we'll be able to communicate with them. Maybe we'll be able to break down those barriers. Maybe we'll actually be able to form some sort of bond. So if somebody has the high technology, let's say we meet aliens, really freaking cool, that opens way more gateways. It also means that we might even be able to get the technology to be able to cure cancer anyway. This one could lead to this one. But this one probably will not lead to this one. That's the way I'm going to logic this out. That's the way my brain is working, so I'm probably going to pick this one. This is the one that is the most humane. But this one is the one that boosts humanity further, I think. So, I mean, it's lose-lose in either situation. Or win-win, I guess. But I'm going with the idea that getting this could lead to this. Whereas getting this maybe could not lead to this. Oh yeah, I chose wrong. I am not with the people on this one. The people do not like this. Don't get me wrong. Curing cancer, a very, very big endeavor. And I really wish it would be cured and there would be no more cancer for anybody. That would be amazing. But this one got to do with the climate and everything, and Earth, and the way we all are right now. I think this one has more benefits than this one. I don't know. It's not that I'm heartless or anything. I'm thinking about bigger picture. Would you rather fight the entire Smurf village or fight the full collection of Care Bears? Oh. I don't know. I like that the Smurf one is in the blue as well. Find the Smurfs. See, the Smurfs are just like tiny people, tiny blue people. So they have they have hands, they're able to they have opposable thumbs, they're able to craft and make technology and make weapons and everything. I feel like that they'd be more of a hassle. Whereas the Care Bears, I'm fighting them, doesn't mean that they're fighting back. But if any of them were going to fight back, I'd want these ones because I don't think that they'd be able to do much with their big fucking stuffed bear hands. Smurfs are actually like bones and tissue and flesh and muscle, whereas Care Bears are just stuffed. I'd much rather fight the Care Bears, fight the full collection of Care Bears, or fight the entire Smurf village. How are people logicking this out? Well, it's the internet. People don't fucking logic anything. They just click the first one. They probably click the one they like. Would you rather fight all of the original Power Rangers in their Megazord robot or fight Optimus Prime? Oh, I don't know. They're pretty much the same thing. All the Rangers in their Megazord are pretty much Optimus Prime anyway. Even one of the old Power Ranger Megazord even looked like Optimus Prime. It had like a truck in the middle of its chest. I used to have it as a toy. It was amazing. Ooh, I don't know. know. It's also like, which Optimus are we talking about? How far along Optimus? What weapons and technology and everything does he have? I don't know. If we're going to fight the first iterations of them, which is where my brain is going, I'd rather fight this. Because this thing can break off and still function, and there's 5 people inside that, whereas this is just fighting 1. I don't know. 50-50. That's about what I would have expected from this. I don't think you can actually win that one. That's pretty much even Stevens. Shia LaBeouf. Would you rather 80s child star actor, or would you rather 60s one-hit wonder? I don't know. So it's basically, would you be a child star actor or have a really good song? That's a good question. But this is in the 60s and this is in the 80s. I think I'm gonna have to go with the 80s. It has nothing got to do with the child star actor or the one-hit wonder. Both of those are pretty freaking cool, and I would love to have both. I'd love to make a really good song, and I'd love to be a cool little actor. But this one, I'm gonna have to go with the time period. Like the 80s got to do with like rights and just the type of, I don't know, the type of climate that the world was in, I feel like is getting better towards the 80s than it was in the 60s. This is a bit more archaic than this one. So this, please. Plus the 80s had all those really cool movies. Like if I was an 80s child actor star, I could probably be in like Predator or Aliens or something like that. Like all really cool movies. Like the really dumb Hollywood action blockbusters all came out back then. The really cheesy ones. And I love those. Maybe I get to meet Arnold Schwarzenegger. Would you rather light your hands on fire for a minute, not grabby and smashy, or light your feet on fire for a minute? Feet. Why would that even... There's way more nerves in your hands than there is in your feet. And if, let's say, okay, the pain, for one thing, would be far less in your feet, I'd imagine, considering all the nerves in the tips of your fingers would hurt like a bitch. But if you set your feet on fire and your hands on fire, let's take a full minute on fire. The pain and the damage that would come after that, I feel like your hands are way more valuable than your feet. I would not be able to grab like a bottle of water. I would not be able to do anything. I wouldn't even be able to hit buttons to be able to like, well, I probably would. I'd probably still have the digits there to do it. But your hands do way more than your feet do. Your hands feed you. Your hands do everything for you, basically. How would you wipe your arse if you had burnt hands? Huh? That's the real question. So I feel like my hands are way more valuable than my feet. That and the pain thing. Would you rather eat a zombie or be eaten by a zombie? Okay, so it's basically, would you risk things and maybe die, or would you just rather die? This is a terrible question. This is a terrible scenario and a terrible thing that you're putting in front of me. Be eaten by a zombie, you're just dead. Because if you get eaten by one, then you turn into one, right? But it's be eaten by a zombie. So it's not saying get bitten by a zombie. It's be eaten by one. So it's just eating you whole. You're dead. You're gone. Kaput. But if you eat a zombie, it depends on what universe you're in, because some places it's like, oh, if you get their saliva on you, if you get their blood on you, if you eat some of their blood, then you turn into a zombie. Other times it's, yeah, I guess that is kind of how it works with most zombies, so. I don't know. Eating a zombie? Absolutely fucking gross. Imagine that dead, rotting flesh. I don't think you'd even be able to get near a zombie. That's something people don't bring up often enough. How zombies smell. They must be rancid, dude. They're dead, rotting corpses. I'd be more afraid, not afraid of them fucking piling up on you and coming slowly at you and be like, trying to kill you. I'd be more worried about the smell. How anybody gets snuck up on by a horde of zombies, I'll never know. You must smell them coming from like 14 miles away. I'd rather eat a zombie. I don't know, I feel like there's more wiggle room in this one than there is in being eaten by a zombie. Ooh, would you rather break your leg or break your arm? I think this is a hand and feet scenario again. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, you know what I mean? It all kind of connects together. I'd probably rather break my leg. But the legs are bigger bones, so that might hurt more. I don't know. If I break my leg, it means that I'm just sitting here again. I break my leg, it's in a cast, I'm sitting here at my desk. I just can't walk around too well. I can't go running, that kind of stuff. If I break my arm though, that gets in the way of being able to do all this. And Jack don't like his productivity interfered with. I'm a well-oiled machine when it comes to getting my shit done and in my routine and in my schedule. So I feel like a broken arm would slow me down way more. So I'd rather break my leg, please. People would rather break their arm? What are people saying? I'm a programmer, enough said. Yeah. So you need your arms to be able to do that shit. Well, you could still type and stuff, but I don't know. God, where's the next one? What's somebody else saying? Breaking an arm sucks. You need help with almost anything. I've done both and the leg wasn't that bad because I got a wheelchair and you can't open any kind of bottle with only one hand. Okay, that feels like it was a bit of a roller coaster there, so see? Enough said. Break a leg. Plus, that's what people say when you go on stage. So if you break a leg, maybe you did well. Would you rather not be able to wear any clothes or not be able to speak? Clothes. Not being able to speak. Lord above, I speak so much all the time. What would I do without being able to do that? Wouldn't be able to shout memes at people. Wouldn't be able to tell people I wouldn't be able to do impressions. Wouldn't be able to do all the Overwatch voices. Oh man. Glad I picked this one. Plus not being able to wear clothes. Oh no, I'm naked. Run, children. Would you rather eat Red Lobster biscuits or eat Olive Garden breadsticks? I haven't had either. But I've heard that the Olive Garden breadsticks are really, really good. Oh, I mean, I'm sure these are really good as well if they're put against this, but I've never heard this one. Red Lobster biscuits. Oh, damn. Oh, shit, dude. Oh, man. I forgot that people in the States call these things biscuits. Biscuit to us is like the stuff on the bottom of a cheesecake. Or like, what you guys call cookies, we call biscuits. Just like a biscuity snack treat kind of thing. You know what I mean? These are not biscuits. These are more like bread or scones. These look a lot like scones to me. Oh, let's see. I mean, yeah, they just kind of look like garlicky baguettes, like garlic bread. I'm gonna have to go with my dude fucking Red Lobster biscuits because they looked good. Oh, fuck you guys. You don't know what you're talking about. Neither do I. Haven't had either. Now I'm curious. Want to have both. Would you rather wear only skin-tight clothing or wear clothes that are much too big? Much too big? Bring it on. I don't sweat. I'm a person that just overheats. And I know a lot of people say these types of things about themselves because they want to be quirky. They want to be lol random. But I literally don't sweat. I came back from a run the other day and like no beads of sweat come off my face. No sweat comes off my skin. My clothes don't get wet or anything like that. I just overheat. My body goes into a fucking weird state where it just gets warmer and warmer and warmer. It's like going Super Saiyan, but my hair doesn't turn yellow. And then I break out in this rash where my skin just goes all red. It's horrible because I can't cool down quickly. I have to take like really ice cold showers and then sit in front of a fan afterwards to do it. So wearing skin tight clothing to me is like suffocating me. It's like my skin doesn't breathe properly. And that's why you'll always hear in my videos, whenever it gets warm in here, it's warm in here right now, I'll always complain about the heat. And that's why when I go outside or I tweet out that, oh, it's fucking 30 degrees here, that's so hot, and everyone's like, lol, that's not warm, it's super warm over here. But you have no idea what it's like to live in a country that's not designed with AC anywhere. Homes in the UK and in Ireland are designed to stay warm. So they don't have any AC. Our AC is open a fucking window or turn on a fan in your room that you have to buy from Argos that are a piece of shit and they don't work right. So I die in the heat, even though I love it. I love sunshine, I love warm weather, but I would literally die if things get too hot. So skin tight clothing to me is basically like putting a plastic bag over my head and being like, ah, good luck breathing. That went on a bit of a tangent, didn't it? Would you rather always dress like royalty or always dress like a pimp? Oh man, I could dress like a fucking pimp. Dress like royalty. What do royalty dress like? Well, these days they just wear like nice suits and dresses. So, I mean, that's alright, but that's not a take notice kind of attire. I need a take notice kind of, like a take notice walk, a take notice attire. If I dress like a pimp, it means that I have one of those like big fur purple jacket kind of things with maybe like a zebra print all around. and I wear like really cool glasses that have dollar signs on them, a really cool top hat, and I get a cane. Maybe like a goblet or a chalice kind of deal. But I always have to dress like that. I get a bit old very quickly. Ah, fuck, I dress like a pimp. This is the one I probably would pick, but come on. At least let me dress like a pimp for a day. That's what I make a video and call it Pimp for a day. I just have to dress like one. I don't actually have to be in the business of pimping. I don't need to know any other pimps, and I don't need to have prostitutes and slap people with a powdered hand or anything like that. I just need to dress like one, but it's always dressed like one, so maybe royalty was the better option. Would you rather have a massive head compared to your body or always have a bowl cut? Okay. I don't know. Damn. That's a good one. So it's either be Markiplier or Ian from Smosh. Oh, no. Ooh, a massive head compared to your body. Do I grow into it? Do I get older and grow into my head? Like the way your mother would buy you shoes 2 sizes too big and she'd be like, you grow into them. So would it be like that kind of scenario? Or always have a bowl cut? Bowl cuts are so bad though. And a bowl cut would not look good on me. So, I don't know, massive head. It could, if people were stuck inside a car, I could break the windshield with my face. I think that's a good one. Would you rather be Gandalf or Luke Skywalker? Well, you spelled Gandalf wrong, so... Good, Luke. Gandalf has magic, it's cool, I absolutely adore Lord of the Rings. I actually love Lord of the Rings more than Star Wars. But if I actually had to be one of them in that universe, I think the Luke Skywalker one is a bit better. Because Gandalf, everything is all war. All horror, terror. You have to fight a Balrog, you have to fall into a pit, you have to come back and be old and help everyone else still. You don't even get your pension. And then after the war is over, you just go off and you go into the Valor and whatever. I don't know what they do over there. I don't know what him, Bilbo, and Frodo did. They could have went off and just, I don't know, just drank themselves silly. But being Luke Skywalker means that you already have space travel. You have lasers. You have lightsabers. You can use the Force. I could just be like, man, I'm fucking warm. Open the window. That'd be so cool. Lightsabers win out the day. As much as I love Lord of the Rings, nothing in it is as cool as a lightsaber. Good job, people. Good job. That's what I like to see. And to end this glorious episode, it's really great because it's, well, I don't know if it's Pride month, week, day, but there's Pride stuff going on. So very fortunate that we'd end on some rainbows, since that's the colors of the Pride stuff, which is awesome. I love it. So would I rather poop rainbows or vomit rainbows? Well, I absolutely despise vomiting. I don't know if you'd go as far as to say that I have a phobia of vomiting, but whenever I feel like I'm gonna vomit, I just sit here like, and it's not like the vomit comes up and then I swallow it or anything like that. It's just like, if I put my mind to something, I can like control the shit inside me. So I'd be like sitting here like, don't get sick, don't get sick, and then my mind will overcome what's going on. It's the same with hiccups. If I get hiccups, I can usually just sit here and like force them out of me. It's amazing. I have great control over my diaphragm, I guess you could say. It's from all the yelling. But I'd rather poop rainbows. I love pooping. It's fun. If I could poop rainbows, then things wouldn't be brown and shit all the time. Poop, man. Plus, pooping is way more pleasant than vomiting. Vomiting is a horrible, bad bastard of a thing to do. Okay, well, that does it for this episode of Would You Rather. We got some serious, we got some silly, we got some jokes, we got some laughs, but we kept it real all along. I love this. I know, it's such a simple little premise. Just one or the other, but I love the types of scenarios that come up because you end up branching off all these different types of stories. You end up trying to logic out these things that you never thought you would ever have to logic out. And then everyone in the comments goes off and they're like, I can't believe you picked this, because I would have picked this. And then they give you a reason, you're like, shit, yeah, that makes way more sense than what I picked. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, punch that like button in the face like a boss. And my face around. Whoosh, whoosh. Thank you guys, and I will see all you dudes in the next video. Would you rather high five the left hand or the right hand? It's secret answer 3, high five my face.